Hello, and welcome to Japanese Craft Beer Reviews. Today I've got a kind of interesting, unusual beer. It's a collaboration beer between a Japanese brewery and an American brewery. And every year, well, it used to be every 2 years, I think it's every year now, several Oregon breweries and several Japanese breweries get together for an event called Hood to Fuji, or Fuji to Hood. Hood is referring to, of course, Mount Hood, which is a very large mountain outside of Portland. And Fuji, of course, needs no explanation whatsoever. And they've been doing it for several years. They stopped during the COVID time, but they've started up again. And just recently they finished. Today is the 22nd of April. On April 19th and 20th, they had their big event, which was Hood to Fuji, meaning Portland brewers come to Japan. And it was held in Shibuya for 2 days. And what they did this year was they linked up 25 Japanese breweries with 25 Portland, Oregon breweries. I assume they're all Portland, I'm not sure. Cideries as well. And they had a big event where they unveiled their collaborations, which they had made earlier. So in some cases, the brewers actually came over to make the collaboration. In other cases, I think they probably simply communicated, with each other and made the beer in one of the locations, in Japan in this case. And so I wish I could have gone. A friend of mine is one of the organizers of it every year, and I guess he's in Tokyo now. Hello, Red. I hope you're doing well. And so the beer today is made by two breweries, Minoh Beer, which is located in north of Osaka, and Ruse Brewing in Portland. And the beer is called Ecoh Blossom. And very quickly, Minoh Beer is a well-established Japanese craft brewery. They were founded in 1996 and started brewing in 1997. And they were founded by a man who had worked in the liquor business, I think as a distributor, and he decided that his three daughters were going to become brewers, and they did. He bought a building and they established a brewery. Quality was kind of hit or miss for a while. Until 2002, they were making just malt extract beers. But they got good pretty quickly and, make a good, interesting variety of beers. And they're widely available, certainly in the Kansai region, the western Japan. And they have a couple of locations. They have their brewery and then the warehouse, which is another location to drink their beer, and Beer Belly in Tenmabashi, which is on the Osaka Loop Line, which is probably the best place to get a really wide variety of their taps, of their beers. And they're well known for using a lot of local ingredients, including peaches and yuzu and things like that as well. The head brewer is Oshita Kaori-san, and she is a very, very busy brewer, and I heard that she attends something like 100 festivals or events every single year. Okay, and Ruse Brewing, I know them a little bit too. I went there during Zwickelmania. Zwickelmania, which is an annual kind of beer festival in Portland where a lot of breweries just invite people in and invite them to the back of the brewery and serve them directly from the taps, the Zwickel. And really, really interesting thing. And I did it many years in a row with the same friend, Red. And we generally hit 5 or 6 breweries in the course of the day and try a lot, and really wonderful. In any case, the last time I went, I think it was 2019, and I did go to Ruse. It was kind of late in the day, so my memory's a little bit hazy, but I did meet the brewer, Sean Calls, and I was going to buy a nice big bomber, and he just said, take it back to Japan and share it with your friends. Very, very generous. So Ruse has 2 locations in Portland and 1 in Vancouver, Washington, just across the border of the Oregon-Washington border. And the brewery is in southeast Portland. They kind of specialize, not entirely, but specialize in farmhouse sort of things, Brett-infused beers. And there are two brewers, Sean Calls, who I mentioned before, and I'll try to put a picture of him if I can find it, and Devin Benware. And they were founded in 2018, so when I went there, they had just opened, just started, I think, a year before. And Sean Calls used to brew at Culmination, which is very highly regarded, since closed in Portland, Oregon. And they're well known for working a lot with local artists and musicians in the Portland area. Okay, so this beer, what do we got here? It's called a lager, a honey lager, and it's made with, they said 20% Japanese pure honey, and I don't mean that, I'm not sure if that means 20% of the malt bill was honey or not, and also infused with Nelson Sauvin hops. So that's basically all I know about it. It is 5.5% and 28 international bittering units. It costs 715 yen, and the yen has been appreciating lately, so I'm not sure exactly, but maybe $4 or $5, something like that in US dollar terms. So again, Minoh, Ruse Brewing, and Echo Blossom. I don't know what the name really means. Blossom, certainly blossoms are places where bees can pick up the things they need to make honey. Echo, I'm not sure. Okay, so it is a rather cloudy, light sort of pastel yellow. Light doesn't really go through. It's not opaque, but it's very, very cloudy and a kind of frothy finger of foam. Okay. What do we get? Okay. The Nelson certainly does come out in the nose. I'm assuming this was brewed here in Japan, since this year is Hood to Fuji, meaning the Oregon brewers came to Japan. So I assume I don't think they would want to bring all the beer from the U.S. on an airplane, but perhaps, who knows? So Nelson Sauvin, definitely. It's got a kind of lightly minty, maybe feline sort of aroma. It's a polite word for cat piss. Okay. Yeah, very light, very gentle, intriguing. Maybe a bit citrusy. Okay, wow. I guess it's recognizable as a lager. Seems kind of heavily hopped up. 28 international bitter units, not too much, but certainly it's quite noticeable as Nelson Sauvin hops for sure. Light citrusy note. Bitterness kind of hits pretty hard in mid-palate and does continue to the finish and fades away slowly. Lightly sweet. There's some light sweet elements, some malty elements coming through. I'm not sure, but I think honey might ferment out pretty well, pretty completely. But honey, was the flavor of honey, would it translate into the flavor of the finished beer? Interesting. Yeah, the Nelson Sauvin hops really are the primary character here, I think. I don't know what the malt is, but I'm going to guess it's something German, perhaps Pilsner, something Czech or German. But interesting beer, nice. Don't know if you can find this where you live, but I found it at a Yamaya liquor shop in Osaka, so you may find it somewhere around there, wherever or if they tend to carry Minoh beers, you can give it a go. If you're in Osaka, certainly you can probably find it at one of the Beer Belly locations. Since the event has just ended, I would imagine some of them might have it on tap. Some of their locations would have it on tap now. Yeah, very nice, very interesting. Yeah, so give it a go. If you happen to see it, it is called Ruse Minoh Echo Blossom Honey Lager, 5.5%, 28 international bittering units. That's it for today. Please do take care, stay healthy. Bye-bye.